the heart of a small village in Africa, there lived a young boy named Olu. He was an orphan who had lost his parents at a very early age. Olu was a kind and gentle soul with a heart of gold. However, he was also very different from the other children in the village. Olu was completely bad, and this made him the target of constant bullying from his peers. Every day, Olu would walk to school with his head down, trying to avoid the cruel taunts and teasing of his classmates. They would call him names like Baddy and Chrome, Dun, and make fun of him for not having any hair. Olu tried his best to ignore them, but their words hurt him deeply. Olu's only solace was his love for storytelling. He had a gift for weaving tales that would transport his listeners to far-off lands and captivate their imaginations. Olu's stories were loved by everyone in the village, except for his classmates who were too busy making fun of him to appreciate his talent. One day, while walking home from school, Olu came across a beautiful bird with colorful feathers. The bird seemed to be struggling, and Olu knew he had to help it. He gently untangled it from a bush and saw that its wings were injured. With tears in his eyes, Olu took the bird home and nursed it back to health. He named it Zara, and the two became inseparable. Zara would often fly around the village with Olu, perched on her back, telling stories to anyone who would listen. The villagers were amazed by the bond between the boy and the bird, and soon Olu became known as the village storyteller. His classmates who once bullied him now looked at him with admiration and envy. One day, Olu overheard some of his classmates talking about a story competition that was being held in the nearby town. The winner of the competition would receive a generous cash prize and a chance to have their stories published in a book. Olu's heart swelled with excitement at the thought of participating in the competition. He knew he had to enter, but there was just one problem. He needed someone to accompany him to the town. Olu's classmate, who had seen firsthand the incredible bond between Olu and Zara, came up with an evil plan. They stole Zara while Olu was busy at school and hid her in a remote area of the village. When Olu came home and saw that Zara was missing, he was heartbroken. He searched everywhere, but he couldn't find her. Olu's classmate pretended to be concerned and offered to help him look for Zara. They led him to the remote area where they had hidden Zara and then left him there alone and heartbroken. Olu was devastated and didn't know what to do. He sat there, crying and calling out Zara's name. Suddenly, he heard a voice, a small high-pitched voice, calling out to him. It was Zara. He had managed to escape from her captors and had come back to Olu. She told him that she had overheard Olu's classmates talking about their evil plan and decided to take matters into her own hands. Zara had flown back to Olu to warn him and help him. Together, Olu and Zara came up with a plan They will still enter the competition, but this time, Zara would be there to accompany Olu to the town. Zara had always been a great listener and would be the perfect helper for Olu during the competition. And so, Olu and Zara flew to the town and entered the competition. Olu's storytelling was a hit with the judges and he was declared the winner. The villagers were overjoyed and cheered for Olu and Zara. Olu's classmates, who were also participants in the competition, were filled with envy and regret for their actions towards Olu. As promised, Olu's stories were published in a book and he became a famous storyteller. Zara became his loyal and trusted companion, and the two continued to spread joy and wonder through their stories. Olu's classmate who once bullied him now looked up to him with respect and admiration. From that day on, Olu was no longer known as the baddie or the chrome dome. He was also as the brave storyteller who overcome adversity and won the heart of the people with his talent and kindness. And Zara, the little bird with colorful feathers, was not just a friend but a hero in Olu's eyes. Together, they proved that true friendship and a kind heart can overcome any obstacle. The end of the story.